Hi everyone, this is Frank Rich from Star Wars Autograph Collection. I'm here at the Super Megashow in New Jersey with Nick and Rich who are official members of the Mandalorian Mercs Costuming Club. Hello guys.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Tell me a little bit about what you're doing here today with the table that you've set up.
Well, we're here promoting the Mandalorian Mercs Costuming Club. We are also trying to get everyone involved in Star Wars costuming, so we're doing outreach to the public, letting them know what we do, who we are, what our club and organization is about. We also do charity work, so we're letting the public know that we raise funds for the Mandalorian Mercs charity, which is Little Warrior International. We've now become an official charity nationally and internationally. So all the funds that we raise go to sick and injured children, mostly in hospitals. We like to take them Star Wars toys, like and puzzles and games and things like that. Mostly Star Wars oriented, but not necessarily exclusive to Star Wars.
Oh, great! I know. Are you doing anything today to raise money for that organization? Are you?
Today we're just doing a little bit of public outreach because this is a relatively new show for us. So we're trying to get our foot in the door with the show promoters and with the public in this part of the country to let them know who we are and what we do. So we're doing a little bit of an outreach. Once we become established, we do a lot of jail and bails and things of that nature where we do interact with the public and raise significant amounts of funds that way. But today we're just kind of starting off slow.
Great. Could you both tell the audience about your specific clan, the clan you're in, and the bigger picture of the Mandalorian Mercs?
Sure. We're both members of Mavoila clan, which is primarily based in Pennsylvania. But New Jersey doesn't have its own clan yet because they don't have enough members. So we kind of cover that area too. And the club, the Mandalorian Mercs in general, is obviously a Mandalorian custom costuming club. We're based upon the Mandalorian race of individuals, and Rich can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's a worldwide organization, various clans and squads and individuals in many countries around the world. The club itself is based off of the Mandalorian culture, not necessarily a race. The Mandalorian culture accepts races from across the galaxy, be it human-based, be it, if you're familiar with Star Wars, Rhodians, Ewoks, Jawas, Wookiee, the full gamut of Star Wars races are accepted as long as they accept the 6 tenets and the code of the Mandalorians and pledge to abide by and live by them. You can become a member of the Mandalorian culture and thereby Mandalorian warrior.
Excellent. What are some of the for someone who might just be interested in getting started? What are some of the criteria for costuming within the Mandalorian Mercs?
Well, costuming is our costuming is very. What's good about the Mandalorian Mercs is it's very customized. It's based upon you and your personality. So colors are whatever colors you are comfortable with and things that you like. Styles. Obviously you can see by our helmets here, we have numerous different styles of helmets. Starting this one is generally a classic Mandalorian or Boba Fett style helmet. We've got an Executioner Mandalorian helmet here. This is a Night Watch helmet from the Clone Wars series. And then Rich's helmet is also basically what would be kind of a standard Mandalorian helmet. So we run the gamut with styles. There's only a few specific things you need to have in Mandalorian armor. The chest plates need to be in this configuration. You have to have a center diamond. You need to have...
There are multiple eras that you can pursue also, or the timelines. Just like medieval armor went through various cycles depending on what area you're looking at. The Mandalorian culture has been around for several thousand years. The armor morphed through various eras in itself too, so you need to pick what era you want to portray. Ours are both what they call the modern era. It's the Boba Fett, Jango Fett era of armor. So typical modern Mandalorian armor wants this pattern with some customization in there, and colors are pretty much your option. But they want the plates for modern era. Plates pretty much this style, a vest of some type, a flight suit underneath of it, and then you'll need gauntlets.
Gauntlets and knee armor. Is actually at least knee armor. You can have thigh and shin armor also.
Like Rich
has thigh and shin armor on his. on his outfit. But as you can see on mine, I just have knee armor, which is what's considered light armor, which is would be considered medium armor because it has upgraded armor on the lower legs.
Great.
So that's the basic tenets of light armor and medium armor are basically from the belt down. How upgrades are from there.
Oh, okay. All right, now, how long have you both been involved in the club costuming, and how many costumes do you have?
Right now, I've been involved with the Mercs for about 2 years. It took me about a year to get my costume up to standards and become an official member. I do not have, currently this time, do not have a second costume.
Yep.
My next costume, actually, my next project is a Tusken Raider, which is in the works, but it's not finished.
Okay. Would that be for, is that for one of the groups?
One of the Sand People.
No, yeah. Is that
the
for
Tusken Raider?
Do they
It could
fall
be
under
for the Rebel Legion or for the 501st.
Okay.
It's acceptable in both. But I started off with obviously a love of Boba Fett, so I went with the Mandalorian first. But Tusken Raiders are just, you can't beat them as a character. So that's definitely my next costume. After that, this becomes a hobby and a lifestyle. Like, I'm gonna have a lot more.
It's an entire lifetime of upgrades.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Lifetime of upgrades. Everything gets upgrades.
I found the Mercs December of 2011, and I just got official last week.
Oh, great! Congratulations.
6 months. 6 months.
Excellent. Very good. How many shows? Been a year or two. How many shows do you typically do?
We've done a lot so far this year. Again, like our clan on the eastern side of Pennsylvania is really trying to be more active. Last week we were at Wizard World. This week we're here. So we try to do a lot. I think we've done 4 or 5 shows this year alone, and we're just trying to do as many as we can. We love doing it. I mean, it's a lot of fun meeting everybody, and it's fun to play. So
I know since I started even finding out about it and first made contact in December, I think unofficially, excuse me, I think I've done 7 or 8 shows since December, just with a few people, and Nick's been in a few more than that.
It's been a lot,
and that's just our East Coast side.
It's just a matter of outreach. We try to reach out to the shows and let them know what we do and what we can do for the show. But then there's shows that know about us that reach out to us and invite us. So it's back and forth, a two-way street. So we try to get in good with the shows and come to the show every year. So.
That's fantastic. How many people do you have? Do you have a rough idea how many people are in your clan? Or
our clan, we have 11 official members. We probably have at least 50 to 60 unofficial members that are on the forums. I know worldwide the Mercs just christened their 600 official member, which is actually the 600th member was in France. So definitely a truly international organization. But thousands of unofficial members across the globe for that member.
What are your favorite moments so far in your time with the organization? What have been some? What are your favorite moments that you've enjoyed with the club?
For me, building the gear, hanging out with the crew, hanging out with the other clan members at shows. The experience just walking around some of the bigger shows, getting stopped every 3 steps for photos with people that are just fans of Boba Fett, fans of Star Wars, fans of the Mandalorians. Fans of just the cool costume, and after the picture they turn around and say, "What are you dressed as? Where are you from?" But they saw the outfit and they just wanted a picture with it. Just the magnetism that the Mandalorians have, whether you actually know they're Mandalorians or not, has been very, very cool and very fun for me.
Yeah, my favorite thing was becoming official. With doing all the work and getting in. When I finally became official and got that word, I was just so happy. It's a proud moment. You're just kind of like, this is great. Now you're official. But really, going to the shows is the best. I mean, meeting the kids are the best. You see a kid and he's pointing at you from across the room, and he's just running at you. And mom and dad are tagging along, saying, "Slow down, I'm trying to get a picture." That's the best. It's interacting with the fans is so much fun.
I would imagine that would be the best part. Seeing their faces,
it's just great.
Just watching them interact with you is fun for us as fans.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun.
Safe to assume Star Wars fans for
since since it came out.
Since it came out.
Since '77, so easily.
So what was, for both of you, what was the jump from being a fan to joining a costuming group? We all have our niches within the fandom, but how did you transition to take the leap?
I've been obviously an avid fan forever, but I've been a Star Wars collector in earnest since like '99. When Episode 1 was announced, I started collecting again, because as a child most of my toys were gone. I started collecting toys and getting into things, and as I grew older and things changed and I matured, I kind of get away from toys and into more higher end things, and I started into original art pieces and things of that nature. And costuming was always something that was in the background, but when I became old enough and I started to actually liquidate some of my older collection, I was able to jump into costuming because it is an expensive hobby. But once you get into it, you fall in love with it. You can't stop doing it. So.
And on that note too, whether it's this club or the Rebel Legion or the 501st, when you first break into it with the costuming, there are so many people on the various websites and local people that are more than willing to give you a hand and help out and give pointers and share their knowledge and expertise to the costume. So it's not like you have to do a lot of research to figure out how to make some of this stuff, because there are people that are ready to jump right in and give you a hand and give you lessons and show you how to.
Yeah, the costuming community is just very embracing. As a newcomer, you step in and they really give you everything. They have really good friendships. I mean, Rich and I never met before we started this, and now I consider Rich a really close, good friend. And everyone in the costuming business is like that. They're all really close and willing to give you advice. So, I would encourage anyone to get into it. You can start off small and take your time. It is an expensive hobby, but you can start gradually and work into that kind of stuff. So
there's no time limit on how quickly you have to put your suit together. As Nick said, you took 2 years.
It took almost a year.
Over a year.
Yeah.
I luckily bumped into a few people that could really help out, and my finances were in a place where I could get a few things. So it took me 6 months. There were people that have been at it 5 and 6 years and still aren't nearly as far as either of us as far as putting in something to even attempt to get official. There's no limit, and everybody's willing to give you a hand.
That's great. I don't think you could ask for a better endorsement for the group that you're involved with. So, Nick and Rich, thank you very much for your time today. Enjoy the rest of your show, and may the force be with you.
Thank you.
Thanks.